we can get right into it. Ow, I knocked into my PC case. Now, I am curious. I am curious to know how long Karumi's route is. Because that's the thing. Right? Karumi's route has more CGs in it than Amane's and Kaguya's. So, is Karumi's route going to be on the longer side? I mean, okay, here's the thing, right? I can't recall how long exactly Noah's route was, especially with it being the main girl route, the main girl route. I mean, because she's the poster child of this game. But you would think it'd be the longest. But that's the thing. I haven't counted. I don't know how long Noah's route is compared to Amane's or Kaguya's and vice versa, but it's interesting to see that Karumi's route has the second most CGs. Right? You'd think it'd be like Kaguya or something, but no. Yeah, anyway. I wasn't looking at the CGs or anything. I don't really have much else to say. Other than, let's don the appropriate attire. And let's get into it. I mean, unlike unlike with the side character routes, it's been a while since I've had to consult the guide again, but it should be fairly similar to the other times. And, well, it's also been a while. Yeah. It's also been a while since I've had to do an intro, but let's, reset, get into it, something. Yeah. Hello. We are back with some more Angelic Chaos, and potentially for the last time, or at least for YouTube, because, well, there's still a lot of hate scenes that I need to get through in for the Patreon. But how long is that going to take me to get through? Who knows? Maybe I'll never get around to doing it, like with every other time I stream a visual novel. But that's beside the point. What is the point? Is that we are finally on to Best Girl Karumi's route. And she's been there at the very top since the start, right? Ever since that CG of her planting her ass on our desk, I've been captivated. There are other things that drew me into her, but mainly her ass. But that's beside the point. What is the point? Is that we've gone through this whole song and dance multiple times already, right? From Noah to Amane to Orie to Fumika to Kaguya. And now we're finally and now we're on to the final girl, Kurumi. So let's start off with taking a break. Right? Most of these responses will be fairly will be probably the same as every other time we've gone through this, right? I think we've gone through, except for this one. This was, this was the time I was actually meant to click extend an invite. But, because I was following a much worse guide, when was it? With either Aurier or Armani's route, I clicked extend an invite back then, and we got to see an extra Kurumi scene that we won't get to, that we won't get to see this time, because I've already gone through it. Right? Do it myself. I'm good for now. I mean, okay, to be fair, up until here, all of those choices, they're basically the same between each route. But of course, for here, you pick Kohibari. Kohibari, I think. You got all that leg. Her red swimsuit makes her stand out all the more. But she's so cute. She'd look good in any color, especially with a body that good. Her swimsuit has these cutout sections that go along with her flank. They go along her flank from her hips down to her butt. You don't get to see that kind of skin all too often. Any guy would find himself staring. But enough about that. We're moving on to the next choice, which is to stay close and watch over everyone's belongings. Which we've also seen. So that's unfortunate. But of course, we need to make sure, right? We, quote unquote, need to make sure. That's not what I meant to press. I meant to press the spacebar. We need to see the transition. Shit. I mean, to be fair, God fucking damn it! I forgot the audio. You know what? That's not what I meant to press. Listen. I don't know. I mean, I have to actually redo everything. Well, everything, I guess. I have to redo the YouTube shit. So, yeah. Just forget everything that happened and just, forget that I forgot to change the game audio, the OBS audio to capture Angelic Chaos. Yep, it never happened. Alright. So start again, I guess. Hello. We are back with more Angelic Chaos, and hopefully for the final time, for YouTube that is, for Patreon, you know, you've got your H scenes. Whether or not I'll get around to doing it, who knows? Obviously, I don't have a good track record when it comes to going back through H scenes for visual novels that I've streamed, but that's beside the point. What is the point is that we are finally getting to Best Girl Kurumi's route. Right? She's been at the top of the rankings since the very beginning. And you know, there have been some times where Noah has almost made it into first place, but Kurumi has stayed on the top since the very beginning. So, let's go through this whole song and dance all over again. Right? Picking all the same options, except for, I guess, a few. Right? First, you just take a break. Next, enough is enough. Right? Deny Amane's advances. Deny Noah's advances. This is the first time we were meant to see this was the one time we were actually meant to extend an invite. But unfortunately, because I was following a shit guide for Amane or Orie's route, I don't remember which one, I accidentally extended an invite. And, you know, there was a whole cute Kurumi scene with how she... Whether... I don't remember. It's either she couldn't handle the ramen spices, or Noah couldn't handle it. Maybe both of them couldn't handle it. Who knows? But very unfortunate that we don't get to see this. But for the rest of them, right? Deny Kaguya, deny Fumika. I'm good. And we're back here. It's basically the only time where every time we've gone through this, the choice has been unique. Because who would have guessed? Except for Fumika, all of the other characters are here. So of course, we're gonna be thinking about Kohibari. Kohibari, I think. Look at all that leg. Her red swimsuit makes her stand out all the more. But she's so cute, she'd look good in any color, especially with a body that good. Her swimsuit has these cut-out sections that go along her flank, from her hips down to her butt. You don't get to see that area of skin all too often. Any guy would find himself staring. But enough about how much... but enough about all that. You know, we can skip the rest of this. We don't have to... So anyway... we stay and watch over everyone's belongings. And then, what was it? There was that cute scene with Kurumi and Snowcone or something. Something like that. But that leads us into a route. Whose route? Who knows? We're gonna have to go back. We're gonna have to go back and see the transition. There it is. It's Kurumi's route. Who would have guessed? Listen, at this point, going back to see the transition is a tradition for these Angelic Chaos playthroughs. This one, at the very least. I'm chilling in my room doing nothing, as usual. A typical vacation day, in theory at least. Things have been so crazy lately that even a typical day is starting to feel boring. What we've got left is end of semester assembly, and then summer break is in full swing. The gate's been closed, so we shouldn't have to worry about any intruders from the other world. I still have personal problems aplenty, so we might get the gang together every now and again, but we won't be seeing each other every day. Am I feeling lonely? I have heard that more friends makes a person weaker. Perhaps that's why I feel the way I do right now. Oh, my phone just went off. Someone texted me. It's Koibari. Oh, already?
相談したいことがあるのですが、お暇な時にお電話してもよろしいでしょうか。
I can't tell if she's being super polite or messing around. If she wants to talk, I assume it has something to do with the other world. At least that's the only thing that comes to mind. I type my reply immediately, but don't hit send. Should I reply within seconds? What if she thinks I'm a loner? That'd be so embarrassing. Listen, she already saw you typing. I don't think you can get away with not responding immediately anymore. Oh, but it already shows her that I read the message. That too, but you can always it can always say read and it can always say read and you ghost her, but there is a different thing when it says you're typing. Okay, it may as well just send it. I'm free, man. For it'd be funny if Karumi said, man, for how long it said you've been typing. That's a very short sentence. My message is immediately marked as read. This must be something serious. If she was ready for my reply, I should mentally prepare for that instead of jumping for joy at the fact that a girl texted me for once in my life. Yeah, and it's the one that always sits, who always parks her ass on your desk. After a few moments, the call comes. I answer it and raise my phone to my ear. Hello?
ごめんね、急に。
All good. You wanted to talk?
ちょっとですね。お兄さんに聞きたいことがありまして。
I assumed that this was to do with the other world, but not anymore. Namely, because of what she said. Her older brother. In conclusion, I was wrong. Did Amani do something to you?
違う。そうじゃなくて、逆。むしろ私がみたいな。
Damn, you know, I thought Amani was pretty tolerant when it came to dealing with your shit gaming, but apparently apparently you are so shit that she couldn't handle it anymore. You did?
かもなーって。
I'm only getting more confused. Amane hasn't mentioned anything to me.
本当に?
Yeah, I swear. It'd be weirder if she did. She doesn't sound too convinced.
昨日さ、海で私たち一緒にゲームしたじゃん?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely remember everything that happened in the common round. Uh-huh.
私もやるって言った時、一瞬あまねちゃん、うってなってたんだよね。
Oh, right. Retract what I said about her being tolerant of Karumi being shit at games. Amane got more tolerant, you know, toward the end of her round, but definitely wasn't as tolerant in the common round. Oh.
そんな反応するってことは、やっぱ気のせいじゃなかった。
Well, I fucked up. I should have said something less incriminating.
勢いで押し切っちゃったけど、迷惑だったかなって。本当にあまねちゃん、何も言ってなかった？
Nothing about that, at least.
それに関しては？
You know, now that we're playing through Kurumi's route, I guess this is the perfect time for me to gauge whether or not she's too quiet. Right? Because, listen, we did this before with Kaguya, and
設定画面だ。
we've definitely
私の
seen
声
some
聞こえてる？
times
うるさくない？
where Kurumi has been very fucking quiet. That was a perfect example of that. So,
私の声聞こえてる？
you know, even though her normal speaking voice is pretty loud, I kind of have to increase her volume to compensate for when she's this quiet.
スーってめっちゃ息吸ってるの聞こえましたけれども。
Hang on, let me do that. I don't know if the mic picked that up. I fucked up so badly. How could I have been so careless? Now I'm going to have to talk to her about it. She might have guessed how Amane feels, but I'm pretty sure Amane has been making a conscious effort to not show it. Well, not conscious enough considering Kurumi was able to see it. Besides, I'm the one who got to play with Koibari in the first place. Got her to play with Koibari in the first place. I feel like I need to make sure I clear Amane's name.
やっぱ迷惑だったよね。私ぐいぐい行き過ぎた。
I don't think you're quite right there. You're quite right there.
うん。
I mean, this is just my impression, but like,
うんうん。
Amane's pretty hardcore.
ガチ勢？
It means she takes the game super seriously. She always plays to win. Also, you kind of seem to put more emphasis on having fun, Koibari. I think maybe that's what's bothering her.
ギャップ。つまり、私に真剣さが足りないってことだよね。
Yeah, especially when it comes to anything multiplayer related. Everyone plays games differently. You just have conflicting mindsets.
考え方。あ、そっか。対戦ゲームなんだし、勝ちにこだわるのは自然だよね。
I mean, you know, when it comes to Dead by Daylight, it's not really that hard to lose. You just pick the most broken skills and constantly stun the hunter, and then you win. You know, maybe a few of the survivors will be picked off, but as long as, you know, listen, all I'm saying is there are just some moments where you don't even need to bother fixing the generators. You just wait until the rest of the survivors die, so then you find the trap door and escape through it.
ちょっと私の視野が狭かったな。ガチ勢か。
But you know, you need to make sure to watch out for the next patch because the next patch, the hunter will always get extremely buffed perks, and then the win rate for survivors will tank until those perks get not. I keep saying perks. I mean, okay, here's the thing, right? I know enough about Dead by Daylight to know the premise and some of the monsters, and some of the collabs that they've done, right, with fucking Tokyo Ghoul or Stranger Things. But I don't know everything because I've never actually played it, because I never intend to, and especially not with how much I know how one-sided each game how one-sided every patch is, right? It's either always skewed to the survivors most of the time, but sometimes, you know, they'll give an inch to the hunters before nerfing them into the ground again. Amane always kind of tries to play games in what we might call the most optimized way. She hates losing and has fun because she's winning. That's just the type of person she is.
勝ってこそ。なるほどな。私、勝ち負けより楽しくやろうぜって感じで遊んでた。
It's just, listen, that's just Amani's way of having fun, alright?
そりゃうってなるよね。考え方が根本的に違うもん。ありがとう。すっきりした。
It's unfortunate that Kurumi doesn't realize this in any other route except for this one, because we told her. No problem. But again, that's just my perspective, alright? It's not Amani's fault that she's like that. I don't know how Amane feels about it herself. She's always been kind of awkward around people she doesn't know very well. Even if the person is someone who plants her ass on my desk every day. What? Maybe she's just a little uncomfortable with how hard you come on, but that's no problem playing with. Has no problem playing with you in and of itself.
やっぱグイグイ行き過ぎてたんだ、私。
Sorry, that's just my take on it. Mine and no one else's.
ありがとね、谷風くん。
Okay, I listen, Rico. I think Kurumi gets it. You're just trying to make her feel good, better. I'm not sure what I did to help, but you're welcome.
たった。おかげでやるべきことが見えてきた。もう一回だけグイグイ言ってみるね。
Cool. What? One last push.
急に電話かけちゃってごめんね。
Sure. Later. She hangs up. Koibari and Amane are both trying to be polite, but it seems they've missed what's truly important in the process. Friendship. I guess she's gonna give it another try. Whatever that means. How on earth did she arrive at that conclusion though? I should probably warn Amane. It's too late. It's probably too late. She wasn't in her bedroom, so I headed down to the living room, only to find her and Noah watching TV together. Well, actually, Noah was the only one actually paying attention. When he's staring at her phone with a frown on her face. Like I said, it is too late. I approach only for Amane to snap up straight and address me.
なんかくるみ先輩から来たんだけど。
She shows me her phone screen. There's a message from Kohibari there, asking if she wants to play games together. It's an earnest plea.
もう一回だけチャンスちょうだい。お兄、くるみ先輩に何か言った？
He tried to say it in the best way he could after fumbling the bag. Well, she actually called me a few minutes ago to talk about you. She noticed the way you reacted when she asked to play with you at the beach.
お兄はなんて言ったの？
Well, I kind of, sort of, unintentionally, threw under the bus. But I tried to salvage it, and it didn't really work out. It's a whole thing. Well, I made sure to say it was just my perspective, but I told her you were a hardcore gamer, so your playstyles probably clashed. I was just trying to be honest. Should I not have said that?
嘘じゃないし別にいいんだけど、どうしよっかな。
If you want to say no, I could do it for you. I already made you do enough.
そんなことしたらこれから気まずくなるじゃん。前世関係で会うことありそうだし。
Yeah, true.
あまねはくるみが苦手なの？
Noah had been watching our exchange in silence, but now chimes in with a question that must have been weighing heavily on her mind.
苦手ってわけじゃ。
Just her playstyle.
どうやら苦手意識を持っているようだね。意外だ。なぜ？くるみはとても善良なのに。 いや、善良は善良だし、人としては好きだけど、なんかこう、合わないんだよね。
Well, yeah, you're an introvert. What'd you expect?
距離感とか考え方というか、陰と陽なの。属性が逆なの。
逆だからこそいいコンビになると今学んだばかりなのだけど。
それ刑事ドラマの中だけだよ。
Yeah, in a professional space.
そうなの？現実は難しいものなんだね。
そうなの。難しいの。
I don't think opposites can attract in an interpersonal relationship when you have nothing to relate to each other with. When you have nothing you can relate to the other person with, yeah. When you can't relate to the other person in any way. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Look, if it's too much of a problem, I can tell her no for you. Sorry for sort of pushing her onto you.
いい。もう OK ですよって返事しちゃったし。
Wait, seriously?
もう一回だけって言ってるし、断るのもね。どうしても合わなかったら私から言う。
Alright, when are you playing with her?
まだ決めてない。くるみ先輩がいいならさっさと終わらせたいから今すぐとか。
Where are you meeting up?
場所？
I could tag along if you need.
いや、いらないし、うちでやるし。
Yeah, I don't know what he expected. You're gonna invite her over? What do you mean?
あ、これ伝わってないな。
You gonna play her? Play here?
オンラインでね。
Oh, right. You can do that. Wow, you can... Oh, who would have guessed?
ボイチャも使えるし、なんかくるみ先輩近くでやりたがるけど。
Yeah, that can be a lot more fun.
その感覚がわかんない。あ、でもお兄とノアちゃんもいれば、くるみ先輩の圧も分散するか。それはありかも。
Hey, that's not nice. Hey, you wanted to tag along, so now you're being given a reason to tag along, and you don't want to anymore. Anyway, I've never played the game before, so I just get in the way. I don't know I was interested in video games either. You sure about that? She's pretty fucking interested in junk food and dojin, so...
興味はあるよ。遊んだことはないけれど。
This is a game where a homicidal maniac goes around preying on people.
ちょっと僕には受け入れがたいかもしれない。
Yeah, it's pretty scary, Noah. Maybe it was scary back before any... Maybe it would have been scarier before any of the collabs. Now it's goofy. Now it's on the goofy side.
いいじゃないですか。天使だってたまには羽目を外して虐殺とかしちゃっても。
Stop that now. You want her to go full Lucifer on us?
薄い本にはまってる時点でかなり打点してない？
We already got to see what she'd look like as a fallen angel in her route. We don't need to see it again.
よしてくれ。僕はただ人間のその営みを学びたかっただけで。
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
リクまで確かにみたいな顔しないでくれ。
Sorry. Are you sure you don't want our help?
いいよ。私に合わせようとしてくれてるってわけでしょ。さすがに嫌だとは言えないし、次でやっぱ苦手だなーってなったらそう言うし。
Alright. Thanks for doing this for her, Amane.
アイス。
Of course. Fine. I'll go buy some. You want more Hanami Daifuku, Noah? This is the first time her eyes didn't sparkle at the sound at the thought of Hanami Daifugu. Well, you helped close the gate, so sure. I owe you for that.
なんだか申し訳ないな。毎回ご馳走してもらうのは。
Don't worry about it. This'll hardly be the last time you help me out.
そうか。なら、ありがとう。
I'm gonna go to the store now.
いってらっしゃい。
行ってきます。
Oh, you're coming with me?
あんなことがあったばかりなんだ。一人にはできないよ。
You're really overprotective. The convenience store isn't even 5 minutes away.
でも、いや、わかった。一人になりたい時もあるだろうしね。
What do you mean by that? She switches forms in a flash. You're gonna watch over me from above?
そうじゃないよ。
She plucks a feather from one of her wings and presents it to me. Holy, I didn't expect this so quickly. What's this for?
これを持って行って。何かが起こった時、この羽が反応して危機を知らせてくれるから。
Oh, so it's like a talisman? That's cool. I take the feather and shove it in my pocket. See you guys in a bit. Damn, we didn't even finish the first section of the chapter, and we already got the feather. We haven't even started dating Kurumi.
プリンもよろしく。
You need more?
やっぱゲームするのやめよっかな。
Hang on a minute. You're not allowed to guilt trip him over that. You've also felt guilty over the fact that that Kurumi was desperate enough to text you about wanting to play with you again. Oh, screw you. Fine. I grumble to myself as I head back to my room to retrieve my wallet. I'm hurting on cash, but if buying Amane this will put her in a good mood and get her to play with Kohibari, then I consider it a necessary expense. I want them to get along. Hopefully everything works out. Phew. I'm currently relaxing in my room after my bath. It's a little past 9 in the evening. Over dinner, Amane told me she was going to be playing with Kohibari at 8, so they're probably still at it. Maybe I should go check in on them. Hopefully everything's going well. Well, shit. Whoa, you almost gave me a heart attack. However, my door abruptly swings open as Amane steps inside. At least say something before you come in. No response. She looks extremely disgruntled. Did it not go well? Finished playing? I don't like how you're looking. I don't like the way you're looking at me.
あの人、何者？
Yeah? Huh? I don't understand the question. You mean Kohibari? Why are you being so quiet? Did she give you any problems?
ない。
Okay.
なさすぎた。
Huh? Her expression has grown grimmer with every word she utters. Why do you look so pissed off about that?
悪いわけじゃなくて、受け止めきれない。
Understand what?
くるみ先輩の成長速度。
Oh, well, you know, it's just Kurumi being Kurumi, alright? It's the same way. It's the same in her studies, alright? She doesn't fucking study for any tests and she gets full marks or something. I'm kind of grasping a bit at how much I remember from that moment. Right? It's been too long. But, you know, I sort of remember that she's a savant at fucking everything. She's good now?
プレイスタイルが180度変わってた。
So she went from casual to tryhard.
そう、ガチガチのガチ。操作精度はまだ怪しかったけど、状況判断が完璧になってた。
Okay, this is levels of game sense that would be impossible to pick up after the first. Well, okay, to be fair, it's not like it's her first time playing. It's her first time playing seriously. So maybe she's had that game sense in the back of her mind the entire time. She just chose not to tap into it until now. Wow, that must mean something coming from you.
前まですぐパニクってたのに、今日はめちゃくちゃ冷静だったし。ハンターだけじゃなくて、サバイバーの位置まで把握してるし。
I don't know what that means. I guess it's an impressive feat. Obviously.
あのゲームマップ見られないの。アイテム使わないと。で、マップ見ないとサバイバーの位置なんてわかんないし、ハンターも特定条件下じゃないとわかんないの。
Well, the hunter can use their killer sense to basically X-ray. So.
でもくるみ先輩はマップなしで全員の位置をなんとなく把握してんの。つまり他のプレイヤーの動きを常に予測しつつ、自分も最適な動きしてたってこと。
Even I can tell that's impressive.
すごいなんてレベルじゃないから。ボイチャなしで味方の位置把握するとか普通の人には無理だから。
Not even you? No shit, what do you mean?
あの精度じゃ無理。
Wow, maybe she was always this good, but she just tried playing less seriously to have fun with you.
違う。攻略動画めっちゃ見て勉強したって言ってた。
Okay, hang on a minute. What do you mean by a ton of tutorial videos? Okay, I understand there was a pretty long period of time between when she talked to Amane and when she started gaming with her. But even then, that was like, it was still like there was still like a what would it be? Bare minimum. She talked to Amane around. Let's go on the lower end. 10. Right? Amane's very much a deep, not a night owl. I wouldn't really, you know, she's kind of forced to wake up early, but she's very groggy in the morning. So, you know, during the holidays, she would probably wake up a lot later. Right. But, you know, then you've got that time, she needs that time to wake up, and then, surprisingly, she was in the living room watching TV with, Noah, so it would have taken even more time for her to actually leave her room, so, you know, around 10, which means that, are you saying Kurumi has been watching videos for... I hate that I had to look at the clock to verify. For fucking 10 hours. I don't know why that was hard. I don't know why that was so hard for me to calculate. I just had to minus 2 from 10. So a couple of videos were enough to change her from a total amateur to someone so godly even you have to bow down.
はい。
Maybe it's because of the types of tutorial videos she watched. Yeah, I think I get it now. That's super impressive.
しかも3時間くらいだそうです。動画見たの。
Okay, well I guess I didn't need to bother calculating. 3 hours? That's pretty fucking short for someone who has impeccable game sense.
はい。 たった3時間で
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
効率突き詰めて100時間は遊んでる私が
That's a worrying amount of time.
すごいと思うようなそんなプレイヤーになったわけですよ、くるみ先輩は。
Well, at least she has a good mindset about it. What's with you? Talk normally. I don't think you understand, Riku. She has an idol.
私のプライドズタズタなんですけど。
She slumps her shoulders. I never expected the experience to have her taking this kind of emotional damage.
ありえなくない？マジで何なんですか、あの人。
Well, she gets like perfect marks in school and she doesn't even study. So I guess you could apply the same thing here, but you know, it's very fucking different, right? Tests are just memorizing shit and understanding shit. Gaming is all fucking muscle memory and game mechanics. And actually learning how to play the game. But it only took her 3 hours to go from total scrub to better than pros. I always thought she was pretty smart. Like, she aces her tests without even studying. She just needs to focus during class and that's it. She has to be a super fast learner.
早いってレベルじゃないんですけど、才能の差を見せつけられた。
Yeah. So, what's this route going to be about? Is it because, like, you know, what is this route going to be about? Because it's pretty different from how Amani's route went, right? Amani's route went straight into the fact that she was transmigrating into Slay. I mean, Viz, I was sneezing. I had to mute. That she was transmigrating into Viz, and that we had to figure out how to solve that problem. With Kurumi, that isn't really the case. And we haven't really gotten in anything about Slay. So what is this route about? Did you have fun at least? She averts her gaze in frustration.
また遊ぶ約束した。
Well, I'm sure Mane had fun after she got over, after a few games, right? Because that's how long it took for her to get over her shock of seeing how good Kurumi could actually be if she locked in. I think you're gonna get used to her personality. Think you're gonna get used to her personality?
そのうち慣れるんじゃない？知らないけど。
Thanks, Amane.
くるみ先輩と遊ぶたびにアイスおごりね。
No, because I can guarantee you, you want to play with her again without without needing to be convinced. Hell no. Why do I have to do that?
そういう契約でしたでございましょう。
I don't remember signing any contract. I didn't sign shit. You're not getting anything else from me.
ちゅー。
She pouts as she leaves my room. She might have gotten her ego knocked down a peg, but I'm just glad things are working out between them. Man, though, 3 hours of 3 hours of study was all it took for Koibari to catch up with an experienced player. If 3 hours of watching video tutorials was all it took for Kurumi to get so proficient at a video game that she's better than pros, what would 3 hours of studying for a test do? Because, okay, she already aces them, and she doesn't need to study. She just needs to quote-unquote focus. Does that mean she'll be... I don't even know how you would equate it. She would be smarter. That's the problem, right? We're talking about book smarts here. doesn't really have much to do with IQ. But okay, you know, let's go with this one. If Kohibari studied for 3 hours in math, all right. I was gonna say she would have memorized the entire textbook, but would that really matter that much? I mean, kind of. If you memorize any of the equations, I guess you could apply it to any problem. You know what? Let's just forget about that. I used the wrong subject to never mind. Her genius is kind of frightening. It's kind of hot too. What? I happened to glance down at my phone and notice I've received a text. Must not have heard it while I was talking to Wamane. It's from Kohibari, so she probably updated me after their gaming session finished. Listen, I just need to know which videos you watched so that I can make sure that it isn't because of the videos that made you a god at Dead by Daylight. Amani said you were amazing. Whoa. I'm getting a call from her now. I tapped the accept button straight away. Hello? Yeah, she said your decision making was flawless. I heard you watched tutorials? Yeah.
ゲームは楽しければ OK とか思ってたから、セオリーとかあるのを考えもしてなくてさ。
I mean, you know, Amane's version of fun is the strategies and stuff, so.
恥ずかしくなっちゃったね。私の行動地雷じゃん。そりゃあまねちゃんイラつくわって。もうとにかく知識だけ詰め込もうって思って動画めっちゃ見た。
Only 3 hours of videos. You really stunned her. She said she'd never be able to do that herself. マジで? This is the problem with someone like Kurumi, right? She doesn't realize how goated she is. All right, that's the best way to put it. I can't say smart because that's not the right word. She isn't. Well, okay, she is, but not in the same way. Oh, yeah. Right? She isn't smart in the fact that she isn't aware of her capabilities. She said you guys were gonna play again. Are gonna play again? More like she's gonna get you're gonna carry her up the ladder. The what?
ランクマッチ。ガチ勢がガチで挑むモード。
Wow, she always tells me she does ranked matches solo. So if she's willing to partner with you, that must mean she has a lot of faith in your abilities.
嬉しすぎて変な笑い出ちゃったわ。
Now all Kurumi needs to do is play a much more competitive game than Dead by Daylight with Amane. You know, I can think of a few. League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Valorant, Overwatch, never mind.
ありがとね。谷風くんに相談してよかった。
Hey, all I did was give you my opinion. You put in the effort to make it work out.
でもガチ勢って概念教えてくれたし。ありがとう、神様。
I wouldn't go that far. You know what? Here's a great way to put it. It's like if Kurumi studied 3 hours of chess openings, she could beat a grandmaster. All right, that's the best way to put it. I was thinking too limited. All right, I was only thinking in studies. I was only thinking in studying. I needed to think in other competitive places that are slowly being considered sports, but not actually sports where you have to be physically, where it's physically intensive. Her hearty laugh is contagious, and I end up laughing too. There's a reason why she's best girl.
あ、ごめんね。急に電話しちゃって。
It's cool.
ほんとありがとね。そのうちなんかお礼させて。
It's fine. You've always done plenty for me, to help me.
ねえもう。あ、これ、お互いに遠慮してエンドレスに続くやつだ。
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, what?
てかやば、そろそろお風呂入んないと。ありがとね、神様。おやすみ。
Good night. And again, I'm no savior. She hangs up on me in the middle of laughing. Well, she's sure in a good mood. No doubt Amani's approval means a lot to her. She's so direct in showing her gratitude that I find myself smiling too. She's helping me out in various ways. She's helping me out in various with the whole transmigrating stuff. Yeah, I think there was meant to be a ways after various. So I'm glad I was able to do something for her in return. Not that I honestly did anything at all.
天使創造リブート。
Oh my. Summer break is now in full swing. Unfortunately, I have no plans whatsoever. Usually, I'd just spend my time doing nothing and my vacation would be over before I know it. But this year is significantly different than any previous ones. Well, yeah, you have more girls to talk to.
この人結構執着してくるタイプだな。もうしばらくチェイス続けられそうだから発電機進めちゃって。
了解です。
What I say, that's already twice as many girls to talk to. And Noah isn't even here. Koibara and Amane are in our living room playing a game together. They're playing Dead by Daylight on the TV. Noah was right. Their opposing personalities make them a great team. They've been playing together practically every day since. Most of the time they do it online, but every now and again Koibara will come over like today. As for Amane,
なんか先輩会ってやりたがるんだよね。ボイチャでいいのに。
well, despite her whining, I can tell she's been enjoying being able to play with someone on par with her in terms of skills. On par with her? I mean, I guess Amane's trying her best. However, she's still not fully comfortable around Koibari, so I have to be in the same room whenever they play.
なんです。救助意識高い人いるからマネちゃん発電機集中で。
はい、ここのもう終わります。
あんた西側行ったからそっちは安全かな。
ここ終わったら中央の狙います。あそこ残しておくと終盤きついんで。
了解。お、救助来た。
They exchange information calmly, with Koibari occasionally giving Amane instructions. It's crazy to think that she was annoyed with the way Koibari played back when we went to the beach. Now things are much different.
おっと。
Much different.
バックログ画面だ。
Now things are much different. Okay, much more different.
了解です。
The way they're communicating almost seems psychic to an outsider like me. Maybe Kurumi should teach you how to play Dead by Daylight so you can 3-player. They're totally in sync. As brother to one and friend to another, I'm glad to see them growing closer. However...
多分こっち来てる。ここの発電機2人で終わらせちゃおう。
はい。
I'm bored out of my mind. If the game was displayed on the TV... Oh, okay. They're playing Dead by Daylight on the fucking mobile. I mean, okay. I mean, look. That makes a lot more sense. Because you can't split screen Dead by Daylight. If the game was displayed on the TV, I could at least watch. But they're playing on a phone. They're playing a phone game. Noah, curious herself, peered over their shoulders to watch, which they had no problem with. But when I tried to do the same, Amane snapped and told me to stop distracting them. I mean, listen. You definitely would you definitely distract Amane considering she likes you, but I don't know if Kurumi's the same way. Also, if I turn on the TV, she'll get angry and tell me it's too loud, which leaves me with no option but just sit here. I was the one who asked Amane to play with Koibari in the first place, so I can't exactly ditch them and go back to my room. Maybe I'll go get myself a drink.
2人はうまくやれているようだね。
Oh, yeah. Noah hops off her chair and follows me. Want something to drink?
いや、僕は大丈夫。
I'm glad everything is going so well now. They had a bit of a rocky start.
2人が話していることも、ゲームの内容もよくわからないけれど、絆が深まったのはよくわかるよ。
Right. You think our past lives will have anything to do with it? They're both new Diablo. Maybe they were friends. They probably knew each other at least.
どうだろう。関係ないと断じることはできないけれど、あまねはあまねだし、くるみはくるみだ。
I mean, let's just say that you can't say... you Listen, Riku, all I'm gonna say is... You know, he hasn't gone through Noah's route. He doesn't know. But you can't use your past reincarnation to determine whether or not a person will be friends with someone else. Especially since you're friends with Noah, the person who killed Diablo. Well, you don't need to know that.
生まれた絆は君たちだけのものだよ。
Right. I take a sip of my drink in the kitchen while looking over at the two of them. Something bothers me about the fact that Koibari is getting closer to my sister, but not to me. Why though? Well, you're her savior, I think. Do I want a closer relationship with her? Well, you picked her out for a reason, so obviously. I mean, I picked her out. I mean, of course I do, now that we've got something connecting us. Feeling myself growing embarrassed, I turn around. Why am I getting jealous? Has to be summertime. I don't know why, but that's the theory. That's the theory I'm sticking to.
同じ部屋にいるんだから、リクは一緒に遊べばいいのに。
Yeah, but no, that'd be too easy. Why would I want to play with them? Why would I want to play a game with Kurumi if I wanted to get closer to her? I'll pass. I'd just end up stressing the money out. You can though. You're interested, aren't you?
僕も遠慮しておく。とても2人についていけそうにない。
True. I don't have the faintest idea what they're talking about.
パークとか渇望とか専門用語ばかりだね。
How do you get Greek from perks and terror radius? Also, I guess I was right with perks, but that's the thing. I'm having trouble differentiating between what Angelic Chaos has changed to avoid like fucking copyright or whatever the fuck, and what they've kept from Dead by Daylight. Because okay, here's the thing, right? The term hunter, survivor, generators, perks, I don't think you can trademark any of those. Especially not Dead by Daylight, because they've definitely those 4 words definitely haven't those 4 words have been used many times before Dead by Daylight ever came out. So who knows? Maybe the only thing that was changed is the name, because that is the only thing that can be trademarked in the game in Dead by Daylight, other than like obviously designs of the hunters and survivors and the names of them, you know, outside of the ones that are collab characters. But yeah, it's crazy to think Kohibaru was playing at a beginner level just a few weeks ago. No wonder Amane was so stunned.
あまねはくるみの指示に素直に従っていたよ。それだけくるみの指示が的確なんだろうね。
It feels more like a sport than a video game, or feels like a e-sport. They keep reporting and giving instructions back and forth.
今も報告し合っているね。ゲーム画面を見ていなくても状況が思い浮かぶよ。
You could even say it. Oh wait, I already said it was an e-sport. Never mind. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's weird, but I can even tell Kohibari's giving out good instructions, like you mentioned.
声がよく通るのも理由かもしれないね。離れていてもくるみの声はよく。
Noah stops mid-sentence and frowns. What?
聞こえる？
Huh?
くるみの声。リクにも聞こえる？
Yeah, I can't hear Amane, but Kohibari's voice is clear as day.
頭の中に直接？
Where is this where is this going? What is this all about, Noah?
くるみは一言も話していないようだ。さっきからずっとね。
What? But I heard Noah gestures behind me with her ears. I turn around. What the? Did she transmigrate? When? Well, shit. She's gaming in that goofy outfit. She's got horns growing out of her head. And she's gaming. Damn. Amane's so focused on playing that she hasn't realized. So I doubt Kohibari has either. Does that mean that... Are you saying that Kurumi has unintentionally transmigrated every time she's playing with she's played with Amane for since the start of summer break? Oh, yeah, around there. This is just surreal.
思わぬ事態だね。頭の中の声は彼女の力か。
Is she goaded at video games because she's got the horns? Never mind. She doesn't have goat horns, so like I don't know what the joke was meant to be. Sorry, but why is this happening?
とにかく様子を見に行こう。
Right. We return to the living room.
ゲート開けに行くね。
了解です。ギリギリまでチェイスしてそっち向かいます。
Okay, here's the thing. I understand, obviously, when Kurumi's in her own room and Amane's in her own room and they're gaming together, that neither of them would really notice that Kurumi has transmigrated. Has transmigrated. Why am I blanking on the word?
バックログ画面だ。
But yeah, transmigrated. But you're right next to her. I doubt you are that fucking. I doubt you are this immersed in a Dead by Daylight game that you didn't notice Kurumi change clothes in the middle of the game. The two of them in their own little world. She really hasn't noticed. Kohibari?
ちょっと待って。
It's kind of important.
鬼うるさい。今大事なとこなの。
You cannot be focusing that hard. It's fucking Dead by Daylight. Alright. Sorry.
オッケー、ゲート開いた。あまねちゃん、こっち来て。
向かってます。
肉壁なるね。ゴーゴーゴー。緊急性は低そうだし、終わるまで待とう。
I don't know. Maybe we should just pull on her ears. Maybe we should just pull on her horns. Yeah. After 10 or so seconds, the game ends. At which point, the girls finally look up from their phones.
はあ、GG でした。
全員生還。イエーイ。
Yay! They face each other, celebrating their victory. That's when Amane notices.
え？
なんじゃこ
After a slight delay, Kohibaru notices as well. Yeah, she's got the face fuck horns or whatever she called them. the one of the only other things I remember Kurumi bringing up in the common route. I mean, it's kind of hard to forget considering it's one of the first times you realize how much of a degenerate she is. She jumps to her feet as she sees what she's wearing. Now, is this the first time it's happened? Or has this happened before? And, they've been, because they've been too immersed in playing the game while online, that she hasn't really noticed until she detransmigrates.
理由はわからないけれど、ゲーム中にそうなっていたみたいだ。ゲーム中に？マジでなんで？
全然気づいてなかった。
Yeah, I kind of... It's bizarre how you didn't... Just because you're playing a fucking ranked game, it's still Dead by Daylight. I mean, it's still... something Twilight. I kind of... Night... something...
最近大丈夫だったのに、なんで急に。
Whatever they fucking changed the name to. Maybe I'm affecting you because you're over here at our place?
どうだろう。直接触れたわけではないし、タイミングが不可解だ。
How do you feel, Kohibari?
別になんともないけど。
Well, that much was obvious, considering you didn't notice you transmigrated.
そういえば、初めて前世返りした時、起きたらその姿になっていたんだよね。うん、そうそう。
We assumed she transmigrated because of Kagu's magic.
異世界からの干渉か。
Not again, surely.
その可能性は捨てきれない。また谷風くんを狙う人がこっちに来て、私が反応しちゃったってこと？わからない。でも、知らせた方がいいね。かぐやたちに。
Got it. I'll contact her.
くるみ？うん。すまないが、もうしばらくそのままの姿で我慢してほしい。状況を保存しておきたいんだ。
It's still crazy how one of the first things she thinks about when she transmigrated is the fucking horns. Even though she is fully clothed. The first place she goes to is the most degenerate shit that you could do with her horns.
あ、はい。了解です。
反応軽っ。
見られて困る人いないし。谷風くんちでよかった。危ねえ。笑ってちゃダメだね。また、谷風くんが危ないかもだし。
I'm sure he is. That's why Amane hasn't transmigrated. I don't mind. We don't know for sure yet. I try my best to feign calmness. But on the inside, I'm fuming. Here I was, trying to enjoy my summer break. And now I'm being targeted again. Fuck. Kogi and Orie come rushing over after I text them. I was worried about the possibility of there being a target on my back again, but the two of them show up with such casual indifference. You'd think they simply swung it by to hang out.
結論から言うと、またリクが狙われる可能性は限りなく低いわね。
Yeah, and if they were, that wouldn't happen until the end of the route, so you've got a long way to go until then. Why do you say that?
そういうことをやりそうな人たちへの監視を強めているから。もし不穏な動きがあれば、すぐに私の耳に届く。すでに確認を取りましたが、異常なしとのことでした。とはいえ、監視の目が届かない場所でこそこそやられたら、気づくのは遅れるでしょうし。警戒しておくに越したことはないんだけど。
Kage then turns to look at the transmigrated Kohibari.
今回に限っては、くるみ自身の問題に思えるのよね。
私の問題？
Does she get better at games when she turns into Slay?
道すがらリクから事情を聞いたのだけど、力を使ったそうね。
力？何の？
I just told her what Noah mentioned. I don't really understand it myself.
声がしたんだ。くるみの声が。頭の中に直接ね。
Well, yeah, I'm sure the feeling of telepathy is very fucking new to Riku.
何？どういうこと？
精神感応。わかりやすく言えば、テレパシーね。
テレパシー？私が使ってたってこと？
Yeah, your horns were probably used as an antenna. Never mind.
そのようね。
なんで？
理由はともかく、精神感応魔法ってとても高度なのよ。マナーを媒介として自分の言葉だけでなく相手の意思をも感じ取る。非常に鋭敏な感覚を持っていないととても扱えない魔法なの。そんな魔法を扱えたくるみはマナーを感知し操る能力が非常に優れていることになる。
Is there nothing she's good at? Is there anything she's bad at? Yeah, actually, both of them work.
全然ピンとこないんですけど。
Well, I don't think you should be talking about your senses, considering that they're meant to be heightened, I guess.
私は、あーってなってますね。たまにわかることがあるんですよ。くるみ先輩の考えてること。うっすらとですけど。
Yeah, she's a perfect leader.
連携取れてきたなくらいにしか思ってなかったんですけど。それって普段から？この格好の時じゃなくて普通の時？はい。くるみ先輩が「あ」とか言った時に何してほしいかわかるっていうか。
Oh, I think I know what you mean. She's using her telepathy powers to make me her favorite character, to make me like her the most out of all the characters.
谷風くんまで。何？怖い。
The conversation you two have when you're playing makes make no sense. Like, things don't add up. I figured you're probably using telepathy to give her instructions.
指示というか、本当ぼんやりしたイメージ？
Yeah, you have to infer from your own game knowledge.
あ、先輩ピンチだなとか、こうしてほしいんだなみたいなのがわかる感じ。私、普段から自分の頭の中垂れ流しだったってこと？
Yeah, but are you saying that she was even doing this online?
超恥ずかしいんですけど！やだ、死にたい！
Don't worry, Kurumi. I'm sure that I'm sure that you didn't think about anything lewd while playing Dead by Daylight.
私が感じたのはゲーム中だけですね。
はっきり声が聞こえたのもあの時だけだね。今は聞こえない。
そうなんだ。よかった。
よくない。また無意識に垂れ流しちゃうかもしんないじゃん。怖っ。
連携が重要なゲームをしていたの？
そう。
つまり、相応に集中する必要があるというわけね。
だね、喋って報告しているつもりが、まさかテレパシーなんて。てかそもそも、なんで格好変わっちゃったわけ？
おそらく、過集中が原因ね。
過集中。いわゆる、ゾーンに入った的な？
Well, thankfully, she doesn't need to concentrate as hard while she's taking tests, because that would be mighty inconvenient if she transmigrated in the middle of in the middle of the exam room. I say exam room, in the middle of the classroom while tests were underway.
そうね。普段の状態でも、不完全ながら精神官能を行っていたあたり、くるみはかなり高いレベルでマナを操作できる。自分の意志を相手に伝えたいという強い気持ちが魔法となって発現した。
I'm sure that after watching 3 hours of tutorial videos on how to use magic, she'd already mastered it. She'd already be able to master it.
前世返りしたのも過集中によって無意識にマナを練り上げてしまったんでしょうね。自ら練り上げたマナが呼び水となり、魔法を使うための最適な姿へと変わった。それが私の出した結論。
And the horns help with her with her channeling of it helps her channel mana.
つまりですよ。ゲームに熱中しすぎた結果、こんな格好になって、頭の中も垂れ流しにしていた、と。
So instead of calling her horns an antenna to help with telepathy, they're more like a lightning rod to absorb all of the mana that's barely in this world.
そのようね。
Maybe it's because of Kurumi that there isn't any mana in this world, and she's been eating it all up ever since she was conceived. What? Don't look at me like that.
恥ずかしい。
She squeaks as she holds her head in her hands.
また谷風くんがとか不安にさせておいて。自分のせい。しかもゲーム。
You know what that means, Kurumi. No more games, but you at least get unlimited bacon.
学院でやらかした時と違うベクトルで恥ずかしい。死にたい。
It's no big deal, really. I'm just glad it's not as serious as what we originally thought.
私的には結構重大です。
Right. Sorry. Yeah, you wouldn't want your horns to be used for nefarious purposes, right?
今気づいた。
Her head shoots back up.
これからも集中しすぎたら、この格好になっちゃうってこと？
ありえるわね。
Uh-oh.
映画館とかで集中しすぎて、上映終わって明るくなったら角生えた女の子がいましたみたいな事件が起こるってこと？
そうなれば、また記憶の操作をしなければなりませんね。
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard to do if you're not with Kurumi at the time.
もう私一人で出かけらんないじゃん。
でも大丈夫じゃないですかね。先輩のそれセーフですよ。ギリギリ。
どこが？
Well, one, your entire body is covered, so unlike Viz, you can at least go out in public.
私なんて完全に知女ですよ。私より全然大丈夫ですよ。
確かにあまねちゃんと比べると、防御力は高めですけれども。
Why are you making that face? Did you think she wouldn't agree?
うっさいバカ兄貴。
常に僕やかぐやと行動するわけにはいかないし、練習した方がいいかもしれないね。リクのように。そうね。制御できるようになれば、何も心配する必要はないし。
So, like, how is this training going to work out? Because I don't think Karumi can go through the same training exactly. Because I don't think she would focus that much on Kaguya's tits. What?
制御か。
とりあえず今日は僕が沈めるよ。練習は明日からするといい。
ちょっと待って。
She stands up and closes her eyes.
谷風くんの練習に付き合ってたから、理屈はなんとなくわかってるわけで。集中しすぎてマナを練り上げた。それを元の状態に戻せばいいわけだから。あ、
What? She turned back to normal. Without Noah's help, she did it herself in a few quick seconds.
なんかできた。
Well, I guess we can see how Karumi thinks. The fuck? It took the help of everyone here, along with hours of effort, for me to gain even a semblance of control over my mana. How did she just do it like that?
なるほどね。ってことは。はいはいはい。
Is there nothing she's good at?
オッケー、わかった。こんな感じね。
Brother, it's been 2 chapters. It took Riku the entirety of Kaguya's route to do that. What the fuck? She can basically transform on command. This is incredible. Beyond incredible. It's like superhuman. You mean like the shit Amane told you about when talking about Kurumi's gameplay?
驚いたわね。つい最近までマナの認識すらできていなかったのに。
Yeah, and you just told her that she had a high affinity for it.
姫様がおっしゃっていたように、この世界の人間としては稀有な才能をお持ちのようですね。
She didn't even need a 3-hour tutorial on how to detransmigrate to figure it out.
そのようだね。まさかこうもたやすく御してしまうなんて。
That's insane. She's just a genius.
私の気持ちがわかったか？
Oh, yeah, totally. Her genius goes beyond just academics and video games, it seems. Well, yeah. Why do you think it would only be limited to those 2 things?
暴走する心配はなさそうですね。
Don't act like video games and studies are on the same level. They require 2 different functions of they require 2 different bodily functions. I don't really think that's the right way to put it.
多分大丈夫だと思う。
One's a lot more active than the other, I guess you would say.
可能性は低いとはいえ、何者かがリクを害そうとしている線は完全には否定できない。念のため警戒だけはしておいて。また不意に前世返りするようなことがあればすぐに連絡してちょうだい。早朝で。
Fuck.
了解です。
I saw the fucking
また不意に前世返りするようなことがあればすぐに連絡してちょうだい。早朝でも深夜でも構わないから。
I saw the bar was like barely was almost finished.
調子に乗って変身したり戻ったりしたから疲れちゃったかも。
大事をとって
今日はゆっくり休んだ方がいいよ。
Yeah, you should sleep in my room. Ha 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 ha.
織江、念のため、くるみを送ってあげてくれる？
Shit, I mean, that's a good
承知
idea.
しました、姫様。
いいよそんなの。仲悪いし。
言ったでしょ？念のためよ。
じゃあ、お言葉に甘えて。
では、行きましょう。
ごめんね、あまねちゃん。せっかく練習してたのに。
Yeah, you almost hit top rank in a single day.
また今度やりましょう。
また今度。谷風くんもノアちゃんも、またね。
Later.
お大事に。
After walking with Kohibari and Orie to the door, I returned to the living room. Thanks for coming over immediately, Kaguya.
気にしないで。何事もなさそうでよかったわ。
しかし、本当に驚いた。学院でああなってしまった時は、ひどく狼狽していたのに。
冷静に対処してしまったわね。自力で。
Well, yeah, because last time she was in public.
先輩、知らないことに弱いのかも。ゲームでも予習できてないハンター相手だとテンパることあるし。
So the only thing she's bad at is keeping her cool in the face of unknown danger. So once she's figured it out, she can handle it with ease. That's a true mark of a genius.
天才ゆえのおごりは感じられないし、心配はなさそうね。
I think she's a bit too dumb to be arrogant. I think that well, she's a bit too airheaded. That's the better way to put it. To realize how much of a genius she is, and to be too much of an airhead to be arrogant.
念のため、リクたちも注意してあげて。私が出した結論は、あくまでも現状考えられる一番高い可能性に過ぎないから。
わかった。またリクに危険が迫るかもしれない。油断はできないね。
何もないのが一番だけど。悪いけど、織江が戻るまで、ここで待たせてもらえるかしら。
Not at all. Oh, let me get you some tea.
ありがとう。いただくわ。
To commemorate what happened in the previous round. That you won't be able to do anymore, considering this is not your round anymore. What? I head into the kitchen and pull some glasses out of the shelf. I really freaked out when I initially saw that she transmigrated. Thank goodness it didn't have any lasting physical effects. All I can do now is pray that Koge's theory is correct. I still haven't solved the biggest issue plaguing me, and I really don't want to have to deal with some otherworlder trying to attack me again. Who knows, what if the otherworlder is hot? I mean, what?
疲れた。ゲームに集中しすぎてとか、私間抜けすぎる。しかもテレパシーとか。多分もう大丈夫だけど、一応練習とかしておいた方がいいかな。
Oh, hell no. Caribbean practicing. They mix it a little too well.
よし。よし、完璧。
What happened to being tired?
で、テレパシー。いや、誰に飛ばす気ですか。谷風くんたちに協力してもらうか。頭いった。 これ。スレイか。前世とか言われてもなあ。はあ、天使創造リブート。魔王め、また抜け出したか。
Tee.
仕事は山ほどあるというのに。いや、民との交流も大事な仕事か。はい。他のすべきことをしっかりとしてくれさえすれば文句はないのだが。はい。
Interesting.
まったく困った我が主だ。先輩。大丈夫ですか？ごめん。
Kohibara rubs her temple and gives her head a shake.
頭が痛いの？ちょっとね。
I'll go get some medicine.
大丈夫大丈夫。すぐ収まるから。ありがとね。
Yeah, I don't think Tylenol's gonna fix whatever the fuck's going on in Kurumi's mind.
ちょっと休憩しましょうか。
ごめんね。
Kohibari sighs and puts her phone down on her lap. She's come over today to practice controlling her telepathy. Similar to yesterday, she's started playing the game with the money and instructed Noah and I to inform her if her telepathy activated. It's been around an hour since we started. We haven't detected anything in that time. However, Kohibari did suddenly start grimacing and stopped responding to our voices. Did you receive a message this time? That could be why your head hurts.
違う。そういうのじゃなくて。でも、受信は受信なのかな。
She's getting glimpses of the past.
前世の記憶ってやつ？なんか急にパッってくるんだよね。学院でやらかした時以来なかったんだけど。
Oh, the dream? You saw it too?
谷風くんも見てたんだ。一緒かはわかんないけど、ブワーってきたよね。あの時ほどじゃないんだけど、急に来て頭ズキってするんだよね。
That kind of sounds like my experience. I heard this metallic screeching sound.
あるね。ほんと、あの時ほどじゃないんだけどね。一種のマナ酔いかもしれないね。マナ酔い？くるみの体がマナに慣れていないんだ。くるみはその姿でもマナの感知や操作に長けている。陸の強大な力に触れ、マナの存在を認識することで、その才能が開花した。とはいえ、この世界の人々にとっては未知であり、不要な力だ。
Well, it's only unnecessary because we haven't found a way to utilize the very sparse mana in this world.
急に目覚めた力に体が順応できていないんじゃないかな。
You know, we were kind of forced to adapt to not use it.
記憶が頻繁に蘇るのも、頭痛を伴うのもそのせいかもしれない。じゃあ、あっちの姿でいれば頭痛はなくなるのかな。おそらくあれはマナの操作に最適化された姿と言えるからね。
Yeah, with the whole lightning rod horns and all.
もっともおすすめはしないけれど。だよね。私も ずっとあの格好ではいたくないし。
Those horns are a real problem. In what way?
元に戻るってわかってるけど、髪の色が抜けちゃってテンション落ちるんだよね。
Oh, that's your issue with it?
あ、そうだ。テレパシーどうだった？やっちゃってた？
多分なかったと思います。
お、やったー！これで頭の中垂れ流しにせずに済みそう。
Yeah, your random degenerate thoughts.
もし暴発してしまっても、あまり心配する必要はないと思うよ。
なんで？
テレパシーは周囲のマナを利用するんだ。マナに意志を乗せて放ち、周囲のマナに連鎖的に反応させて対象へと届ける。つまり、周囲のマナが希薄であれば、意志は届かない。
Oh, yeah, you did mention that the mana in this world was really sparse.
おまけに、マナを感知できる人もこちらの世界にはいない。僕たちを除いてね。
ああ、ノアちゃんたちだからテレパシーが届いちゃうのか。
もし人が多い場所で暴発してしまっても、気づく人はいないだろうね。僕らであっても、距離が離れていれば届かないと思う。それに、今の姿では、おぼろげな意志を伝えるのが精一杯みたいだし、誰かに思考をはっきりと読まれてしまう心配は、ほぼ皆無じゃないかな。
なんだ、大したことないじゃん。焦って損した。
角を持つあの姿では、声がはっきりと届いてしまう。
Yeah, her thoughts really reach people when she's hot. Never mind.
もし意図せずあの姿になってしまったときは、気をつけて。
わかりました。多分、もうないと思うけどね。急にああなっちゃうのは。
Yeah, try not to get horny in public. What? I still don't know how you did it. You mastered all this in, like, no time at all.
谷風くんももう大丈夫でしょ？
Yeah, but in, like, however many weeks compared to 3 seconds? Yeah, but I can't control it.
まだインポだしね。
Even when he was able to control his mana, he still had ED. So, shut up. How could you even say that with a straight face?
お兄が落ち込まないように茶化してあげてるんですよ。
You never joke about a man's erectile dysfunction. My ass.
あ、マネちゃん。谷風くん相手だと結構毒吐くよね。
Yeah, that's how you know she's trying to mask her feelings for him.
そうですね。格下なんで。
Huh?
うん。
いいの？私にもそうやって毒吐いてほしいな。
それは。
遠慮すんなよ。私たちも相棒ち
いや、
Kohibari starts hugging Amane, who flinches. She may now trust Kohibari more because of their frequent gaming sessions, but she's still very clearly uncomfortable with how touchy-feely she is. Yeah, why don't you be touchy-feely with me? What?
遠慮せず何でもいいよ。ね、遠慮とかなしで。
I don't think you should be talking to a gamer about about wanting to hear what they would say unfiltered.
いや
Amane glances over at me for help. I should probably intervene, if only so she doesn't bitch at me about it later. How's your headache?
もう大丈夫だよ。治った。
Kurumi, you should make fun of Riku instead of Amane making fun of you. What? I think we should probably talk to Kaguya about this. I'll message her later just in case.
私からしとく。甘えちゃうの悪いし。
Why don't you try to talk to Kaguya with telepathy and tell her to come over? Kohibari continues hugging Mane throughout the entire conversation. My sister stares off blankly into the distance, having resigned herself to her fate. Maybe you should take some medicine. It doesn't hurt to be careful. They might help ward off the headaches if you get more memories of your past life too.
でも、
Could you fetch some water, Noah?
わかった。
I forestall Kohibari's attempts to say no and stand up. Where do we keep this stuff for headaches again? Oh, there they are. Here you go.
持ってきた。じゃあ、お言葉に甘えて、ありがとうございます。
Kohibari finally releases Amane so that she can take the medicine. Amane's face lights up with relief, having been set free. Yeah, you should hug me instead. What?
ありがとね。
Well, at least we know what's causing the flashbacks now.
リクとアマネは頻繁には怒っていないんだよね。
Well, they did in Amane's route. Nope.
私も別に今のところそういうのは。
It's only ever happened to me when I'm around someone I knew in my past life.
外的刺激がきっかけとなっているわけだね。となるとやはり、くるみの場合は自分のマナが原因かもしれないね。唐突に活性化してしまって順応できずにいる。であれば、次第に落ち着くと思うよ。記憶はともかく、頭痛はかなり鬱陶しいんだけど。
Well, let's hope she can get all of the juicy lore flashbacks before she gets used to the headaches and doesn't get them anymore.
考えても答えは出ないし、しゃあないか。
I can tell that Amane wants to comment on Kohibari's carefree acceptance of the situation, but she's afraid she'll be held captive again if she does so. I guess it'll be a while before she's totally comfortable around her.
私のマナが原因かもってことはさ、ちゃんと扱えるようになれば全部の悩みが消えるよね。
Is it really that simple?
そうだね。おそらくは。
I don't listen. Other than you, I don't think mastering. How did she say it? Yeah, I don't think mastering your control over mana is that easy to do.
ってことは練習あるのみですね。抑えるよりも積極的に使ってみた方が練習になるかもしれない。あ、そっか。うまく扱いたいんだからそうだよね。使わないと。ってことは、何かしながらじゃなくて、ちゃんと集中した方がいいかな。ねえねえ、いっつもごめんだけど、手伝ってもらっていい？
Sure, that's no problem. That's not a problem.
ありがとう。トランプってある？
Yeah, we do.
持ってくる。
Amane stands up before I get the chance. She returns after a few seconds and gets the cards on the table, only to sit down in a different seat. I see. She used this as a chance to escape Kohibari.
ありがとう。では、谷風くん。どれでもいいので1枚引いてください。
Me?
はい。で、自分は見ないようにカードを私に見せてください。
Gotcha. I do as I'm told and pick a card out of the deck at random, which I then show to her.
ありがとう。今からカードの数字と図柄をテレパシーで伝えます。
The card definitely feels like a seven of hearts in my hand. It feels like you're training to be a magician.
ほんとだ。魔法も超能力みたいなもんだよね。私らからしたら。よし。行くよ。
Yeah, but this kind of magic trick would the roles would be reversed, right? With for a magic trick like this, you're trying to read the person's mind to try to quote unquote reading their mind to guess what card they picked. Yep.
自分の思いをマナに乗せて、周囲のマナを反応させて伝える。あ、だよね。
うん。かなり高度な操作と感知能力が必要になるね。
高度な操作と感知ね。垂れ流しじゃなくて、谷風くんだけに伝えたいから。
Yeah, don't accidentally beam any thoughts of what you would do to him if you two were alone in the bedroom. I mean, I don't... Never mind. I don't think Kurumi is into Riku like that yet. Oh.
届いてる？
Yeah, I'm getting something. Just a fake feeling though.
マジで？もうちょい。
Whoa, I can see a color. The suit's either hearts or diamonds.
当たってるね。
勘で言ったんじゃなく？
Yeah, of course not. Even though that's a 50-50. The image is just, like, so vague, I can't narrow it down any further.
数字は？
No clue.
めっちゃ送ってるんだけどな。
やはり正確に伝えるのは難しいみたいだね。その姿だと。
I still think it's the Seven of Hearts.
ちょっと待って。もうちょい。なんか悔しい。なんとなくコツは分かってきたから、色だけじゃなくて、あの姿にならない程度にマナを練って、谷風くんに、届け
She's getting very into this. Wait.
来た？
Yeah, it's way stronger than before.
じゃあ数字、どうぞ。
No idea.
おい、嘘だろ。
She slumps back in her seat.
来たって言ったじゃん。
I mean, I could feel something, but other than the color red, I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
くそー。
数字とかじゃなくて、指示なら伝わるんじゃないですかね。
Well, yeah, Amane did say that all of the thoughts she was getting in her head while playing with Kohibari were vague feelings.
ゲームしてるとき、なんとなく先輩のしてほしいこと伝わってきましたし。
The only reason Amane was able to use the vague feelings so effectively is because she has context clues in the game.
指示か。
Yeah, maybe you should frame it a different way to be able to tell him what number and color his card is, suit his card is. She places her hand on the deck of cards, albeit much more visibly deflated now. She takes several from the top and spreads them across the table.
じゃあ、今度は引いてほしいカードを伝えます。真ん中とか、左から2番目とか。
Gotcha.
よーし。 気を取り直して。
She sits herself up straight, her expression rigid.
行くぞリク
Okay. Hearing her use my first name is a little embarrassing. She could read thoughts through her telepathy as well, can't she? Can she? Now I'm worried she can sense the emotions I'm feeling.
今から送るね。どのカードを引いてほしいか。
Okay.
よーし。むむ。
I'm getting something. There are 5 cards lined up before me. I think she wants me to pick one of the 2 on the right. It's vague though. I still can't narrow it down.
出力全開
無理しない方がいい。また頭が痛くなるかもしれないし。
でも悔しいし集中どう谷風くん今めちゃくちゃ送ってるんだけど
Same as last time. It feels more intense, but I still can't say one way or the other.
わかったこうなったら
I think, once again, the instructions are being too specific. Or she's trying to train the... how do I say it? Her way of training her telepathy isn't effective because she's trying to give instructions that are too specific. Right?
一番右
ん
届いた一番右一番右を引け
You can't just whisper it out loud. That's cheating.
伝わった
Yeah, hard not to.
よしどうぞ引いてください
So this is why she's best girl. Are we really doing this? She isn't even trying to send him any more instructions, bro. I guess so. I ultimately give in to her overwhelming pressure and flip over the designated card. It's this one, right?
正解イエーイふーテレパシー成功
No.
ダメすかね
You weren't very subtle about it.
そりゃそうでしょう。
だよね
She slumps in her seat again.
悔しいあと一歩がつかめないな
Yeah, but wasn't the 7 of hearts?
今の姿のままでは、おぼろげに伝えるのが限界なのかもしれないね。テレパシーはリクにだけ届いていたし、マナの操作自体はうまくできていたよ。
Yeah, we finally found something that she isn't already good at, and it's something you literally can't be good at. It's something literally no one is good at in this world.
角がないとダメかあ、ふと思ったのですがなあちゃん近ければ近いほど届きやすかったりする
I like where this is going.
ああ、そうだね。おそらくは。
よし谷風くん
She pats the sofa.
こっちおいでこっち隣
I was hoping she'd sit on my lap, but this is the next best thing. Huh?
ほらおいでおいで
Okay. She pressures me into sitting beside her.
もっと言えば、身体的な接触があれば、さらに伝わりやすくなるんじゃないかな。
Yeah.
身体的接触。こうか！
She suddenly squeezes down on my hand, startling me. Okay, calm down, me. You've been through situations far worse than this when you were learning to suppress your manner. This is... It's still embarrassing. Damn it. And she didn't even give me time to prepare. No wonder I'm freaking out.
手より頭の方が効果的かもしれない。思考は頭でするものだし。
Noah, you have to stop.
なるほど。
Don't headbutt him. Ow! This time she bumps her head right into mine, jolting the embarrassment right out of me. However... Bro...
よし。なんかいける気がしてきた。
You know, if I didn't have context to the CG, I thought that this would be one of them. I'd think this was one of the CGs you'd have at the very end. But no, this is one of the first CGs that they show in the route. However, the embarrassment quickly returns and stronger than ever. She's so close. Her face is just a few inches away. People do this when they're about to kiss. How the hell am I supposed to stay calm? Damn it, Noah. Why did you have to suggest this to her? I hear Marnie snickering in the background. I just know she's glaring at me like I'm some disgusting creep right now. I'm not doing this because I want to, damn it.
行くぞ。リク。
I mean, it's not like I'm opposed to it, but I didn't ask for this in the first place. Okay.
さっきと同じで、どのカードを引いてほしいか送るから。
Got it.
どもりすぎでしょ。
Don't worry, he won't be able, he can't get hard, so he won't embarrass himself. What? Oh, shut up. I can hear you. What do you want me to do?
行くね。いい？
What do you want me to do? Yeah, whenever you are. My brain might be on the verge of short-circuiting, but Kohibari is deadly serious. She's trying to keep her powers in check, and I'm supposed to be helping her. Just be glad that you were the guinea pig that she chose. So I have to take this seriously myself. I could feel something, her thoughts, her feelings, but it doesn't seem any different than the previous times. Still vague. Damn, she smells pretty nice. Wait, get a grip, dumbass. Take this seriously and concentrate.
どう？
Still can't tell clearly.
わかった。もうちょっとだけ付き合ってください。
Kurumi, I think you need to get closer to him, you know? I think your noses need to be touching too. Sure. I know that was a totally innocent request, but it still makes my heart skip a beat regardless. Fuck, I can't concentrate at all. I can feel her breath, and it's ridiculously distracting. No matter how hard I try and cleanse my thoughts, they keep coming back to the same things time and time again. How's a guy supposed to concentrate when a pretty girl is holding his hands and pressing her forehead against his? My heart is pounding like crazy. Thank God I did all that training. If I hadn't, I'd have gone full Diablo mode by now. I'm insanely worked up.
どう？
Oh, crap. I've been totally distracted. Gotta concentrate. Focus up. Imagine receiving her thoughts. She lets out a small gasp. Something's different. Oh, right. We were literally just talking about this. Why don't we consider the possibility that this would happen? The sensation is all too familiar to me. We're about to...
どうした魔王？こんなところに呼び出して。
No, they're doing the Amani thing where because of how close they are, they share the same flashback.
なんで戦ってるんだろうな。
何？
人と魔。俺たちはなんで戦っているんだ。
少し休んだ方がいい。
勘違いするな。悲観的になっているわけじゃない。ただの疑問だ。時折ふと浮かぶ疑問。それだけだ。
Fuck.
バックログ画面だ。
God damn it.
ただの疑問だ。時折ふと浮かぶ疑問。それだけだ。
もはや大義名分などないのかもな。気の遠くなるほど続く戦だ。大勢の人が死んでいった。殺し殺され、私たちは憎み憎まれている。
その果てに何がある？
より多くの死だ。
だろうな。断ち切るしかないな。憎しみの連鎖を。
人族を根絶やしにするつもりか？
それも一つの手ではあるな。策があるんだ。俺の頭の中を読め。
何？
いいからやれ。万が一にも他の者に聞かれたくない。
Well, unfortunately, a lot of people find out about what your plan is in the future. So you know what? Maybe he at least was able to keep it a secret until he died.
いいだろう。
どう思う？
とっと。本気で言っているのか？もう。
Even in flashbacks, no one knows Diablo's true plan. My consciousness returns to the present. I should have realized this was bound to happen if we tried to connect with each other.
平気？
Yeah. Are you Koibari?
大丈夫。びっくりした。
また前世の記憶ってやつ？
Yeah, I think so.
すまない。うかつな提案だった。
No, they should do that more.
いや、私がムキになりすぎちゃったせいだから。谷風くんもごめんね。
I'm good, but maybe we should hold off on practicing any more for now.
だね。悔しいけど、これで限界って納得するしかなさそう。あ、ごめん、ずっと手握ってた。
Oh, I'm a little sad that she's let go. Which must show on my face because Amani snickers at me again. Man, she really gets on my nerves sometimes.
ありがとう。練習付き合ってくれて。はあ、なんか、めちゃくちゃ疲れた。お腹空いてきた。
I'll get you something to eat.
いいよいいよ。そろそろ帰ろうかなって。
I won't force you to stay or anything, but I really think you should rest up a bit.
顔色悪いってほどじゃないですけど、あからさまに疲れてますよ。
Yeah, you should sleep in my room. I mean...
マジ？
I already made that joke. I can't make it again.
リクの言う通り、休んだ方がいい。多分、くるみが思っている以上に消耗しているよ。じゃあ、今日はお言葉に甘えまくってばかりですが。
I'll bring you a snack.
じゃあ私、飲み物のおかわり。
僕はくるみを見ているよ。疲れたよ、ノアちゃん。癒してくれ。 癒す？できるかわからないけど、やってみる。
I don't think it's a good idea to keep the two degenerates together. The two biggest degenerates. Because Amane's a degenerate. At least she's able to hide it. Noah settles down into my seat, at which point Koibari pulls her into a hug. She's just friendly around everyone. I feel kind of stupid for getting all worked up about her holding my hands. Now.
前世の記憶って。どんな感じ？
I recall the flashback I just saw as I'm getting the snacks. There was Diablo and Slay in our past lives. They seemed to be rather closely acquainted, and they were talking about war or something. Diablo had a plan, but I never managed to find out what it was. Beats me. It's hard to make sense of bits and pieces. It didn't feel familiar or anything, though. It was like I was watching someone else's life.
まあ、だよね。
Have you been seeing them a lot too?
お兄と一緒に変身しちゃった時に見たくらい。でも内容あんまり覚えてなくて余計に考えちゃうっていうか。前世の私ってどんな感じだったんだろうって。
Oh, yeah. That outfit certainly suggests a few things.
いや、服のこと関係なくない？
I see where you get it from now.
は？
Oh, wait.
バックログ画面
Yeah, I see where you get it from now. It explains why you just randomly started sending me semi-nude photos.
お兄のグラスをタバスコで満たしてやろうか。
Listen, I think there was a different reason why Amane started sending you semi-lewd photos. She was testing to see if you would respond in kind. Well, do tell me if anything happens, though. Or you can talk to Noa or Kaguya if you don't want to tell me. If you don't want to tell me.
急に真面目になるのよ。はいはい。
She sighs before heading back to the living room. I kind of said that without really thinking, but even though her situation isn't as dire as mine, it might still cause problems for her. Problems for her in the future. I mean, here, I got you some chips and cookies.
ありがと
So I was thinking about something. We're gonna be stuck with those powers for the rest of our lives, aren't we?
う。なくす方法がなければ、そうなっちゃうね。
Well, Amane was somehow able to get rid of them in her route, so...
無理になくそうとしたら死ぬでしょ？私が吸いすぎてお兄死にかけてたし。
Yeah, but, you know, that was because the blood was rushing to somewhere that... never mind. Wait, is that still bothering you?
してないです、アホ。
I mean, I can't even make the joke because he can't get it up. I know I told you to back... I know I told you back then, but it's not your fault.
だから気にしてないってば。
谷風くんって、いいお兄ちゃんだよね。
Oh, what? Oh, getting back on topic.
何照れてんの？
Piss off.
リクの身の安全を考えれば、封じられるならそれが一番いいだろうね。もう狙われる心配はなくなる。とはいえ、容易ではないだろうし、僕にはその方法はわからない。リクの言う通り、うまく付き合っていくしかない。
Is there a chance they might go after Amane or Koibari too? Amane or Koibari too?
それは、どうだろう。規格外だからこそ魔王の力が狙われてしまったわけだし。もし狙われるとしたらこっちの世界の人じゃない？変身できて魔法まで使えるってバレたら黒服の人がやってきて どっかの研究所に監禁されるんですよ。
ああ、監禁は大げさですけど、でもありそう。
Yeah, it's not secret. The research facility thing is real, it's just not a secret one. People from our world, yeah, we're lucky that we've always had Kaguya around to cover for us.
あたしらボロ出しまくりだよね。てか、つい昨日出しましたし、私。
It's a good thing we're on summer break right now. We're going to need to learn how to control our powers, both for my safety and to make sure our mana doesn't go out of control again.
だね。一緒に頑張ろうぜ。かぐやにも立ち会ってもらった方がいいかもしれないね。的確なアドバイスをしてくれそうだ。
I hate that we have to keep asking her for help, but we don't have anyone else we can turn to, really. I'll talk to her and see if she's willing to help us out. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to. Well, I just hope it doesn't turn into more physical training. Yeah, but oh shit, I was holding.
バックログ画面
But like, what if I wanted to? How far did I go back?
線を移動するぞ。
Forward, I mean. Then again, as they say, beggars can't be choosers.
かぐやさんから連絡ってないんでしょ？あれから。
Nope.
じゃあ昨日の件は本当に異世界絡みじゃないんだ。
私が集中しすぎたせいと、お騒がせしました。
Don't sweat it. Kaguya might still be investigating it herself.
とりあえず、私らにできることは、
Work on mastering our powers so we can keep them in check.
だね。僕も全力でサポートするよ。ありがとう。みんなで頑張ろう。おう。
Yeah.
何ですか？
Come on, Mane. Say it. Say the line.
あまねちゃん？
いや、私は今のところ大丈夫なので。
She's not gonna stop till you do it.
よし、みんなで頑張ろう。
やっぱりくるみ先輩のノリ苦手。
Well, thankfully, she's perfect for me. I mean,
天使創造リブート。まあ、おめえ。また仕事を放り出して抜け出したな。
is this the same flashback? Listen. I know that I'm doing this slightly early, but I think I'm gonna end stream for today. Unlucky that this is the scene I'm leaving you off on, a black screen. I hope that it's not a CG that that's meant to be here, and it's just a black screen because it will transition into her sprite. But either way, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, a follow would be appreciated. And if you want to support me even further, go to subscribe. But yeah, obviously we're gonna continue playing more of Kurumi's route next stream. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye bye.